What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the virtual sanctuary of the St. James Show. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a member, a subscriber, whatever you are. And thank you again. If you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button for me and please hit that like button and turn on your notifications so you will know each and every time the virtual sanctuary lights are on. Do share on all your social media websites, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, and become an exclusive member of the St. James Show through Patreon and also through YouTube. Throughout the show, if you would like to donate, you can do it right there. The St. James Show at $ the St. James Show at Cash App. And then the rest of it's always scrolling at the bottom. All right. Other ways to support the program. I appreciate you guys for coming on through. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. It is that time. It's our time to rest from your labor. Well, for some of us, we can rest. Some of you are still going, but we hope that you're doing something that is relaxing, something that is refreshing and getting you away from your normal routine of life. All right. So we hope that that's going on. What is going on, Londa? Thank you for coming in the sanctuary. What's up, Marcus and Inspire? Thank you for coming on in. Terry Hicks is here. Keisha Green is here. Keisha, are you going to the Soul Seekers? Am I going to see you at Soul Seekers next Saturday? Hope so. Hope I see you. Dion is in the building. Good to see you. What's up, Jesse? Is in the building. That's the baby prophet. That's a baby prophet, Jesse. He's the baby prophet. Renee is in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, Marlon has already got us going. Marla has got us going with our Cash Apps for tonight. We appreciate you. Hello and blessings. Blessings to you as well. Let me like that and put a little star on there. I appreciate you supporting the program tonight. Let's see here. Jelani is in the building from the East Bay. Come on, East Bay. You know I love me some East Bay now. I'm having Bay Area withdrawals. I haven't been in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. I got to get out of. I got to get out of here real soon. Like, yes, I do. Inspire. JP is in the house. JP is in the house. Thank you. Let to go, but I have to work. Oh, you have to work. Oh, that's okay. You don't work, you don't eat. So I definitely understand that. What's up, Juice? Juice is in the building. Juice is in the building. Juice, did you want to come up later and talk about what's going on around here? Let me know. Put a color on it. Listen here, everybody. I have one goal tonight. One goal, and we've met our goal. Click the goal button, and that one goal will allow us to meet our goal. Or that one super chat would allow us to meet our goal for tonight. Terry Hicks is in the building, more like a baby hellion. Yeah, well, yeah, that too. What's up, Courtney? Good to see you. Good to see you as always. Listen, it has been a busy week. A busy week. My goodness. The church is on fire. And listen, we either going to add some fuel to it or we gonna put it out. But last night we had a great show with Master Prophet Archbishop Bernard Jordan and also Manasseh Jordan. Listen, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you want to check that out. There are so many good nuggets that you do not want to miss. We met our goal. Come on, Londa. She allowed us to meet our goal on tonight. Oh, you're good. Oh, he's good and his mercy endures forever. Look at that. And then the overflow comes. Thank you so much, Londa. All right. So if you didn't get a chance to check out the show from last night, but I had to do a couple of shows last night. I can if you need me. Okay, great. Give me about 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes, something like that. So I don't want to be long tonight. So, So if you haven't checked it out, and let me tell you, all of you who answered the call, who actually listened and said, "Listen, I want clearer vision. I want 20/20 vision." And y'all answered the call of sending $20.20 or $120. And we got a couple of the $220.20. Let me tell you, and I love when everyone wouldn't give with intention. You give with intention, not just giving, but you're giving to actually say, listen, I want to see clearly. I want to see for my what's in store for my life, my family's life, my community. And you listened to the prophet last night and you sowed the seeds of 2020 vision last night. So many of you did it, and I appreciate the support that you showed, not only listening to the word of the prophet, but also the trust in the ground that you're sowing in, that it will actually reap a great big harvest, not only for here, but for you as well. Thank you so much, Jay Rochelle, for putting a beautiful green color on it. I appreciate you. Praise God for provision and overflow. Let me tell you, yes, praise God. And so, and what's up? Pray era is in the building. All right, okay, I got you. Let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody. Miss Pam is here. Chantel is here. Good to see you. But for those of you, and I don't want to do a whole roll call because I'll be calling for a while because so many of you answered the call from last night. So I appreciate you again. Just want to let you know. And you always good. And some of you, you don't give all the time, but when you really are moved to do it, I thank you for doing it, okay? And just that any of you feel like continuing that and didn't get a chance, make sure you do 2020 tonight, all right? We're looking for a clearer vision for 2020 vision for the remainder of this year, leading us into the 2026 year, okay? We can be successful. We don't have to live in this scared society with this administration and what's going on with food prices and housing prices and everything. We are going to open our eyes and we are going to see clearly of what God has for us. So make sure throughout the night, if you even our mods, make sure you kind of reference this so people will put it on their minds that, we're not just we're giving with intention. That's what I'm trying to get. We're giving with intention. And we are intentional about where we are to be in life, to be successful and all that good stuff. So let's roll. What's up, Bernard Carey? Gloria is in the house. Shalom, shalom to you. Miss Giselle is here. Miss Giselle is in the building. Listen, everybody, listen, I did the live with the prophets last night. Then I had to come back on and talk about the Joel Tudman situation. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But just let me know that, I knew about that earlier in the day. And I just couldn't mess the live up that we already had scheduled. So I said, you know what? I was going to just wait until today. But since it was dropping, I was like, well, let me hop back on and talk about it. But I'll give you a little bit more detail because a lot of people are talking about it, but they don't have any detail of actually some things that actually went on. So we know there was some NDAs and stuff signed, but there's still some stuff that, stuff gets out. Stuff gets out. So, when it gets out, I will talk about it. All right. So make sure you guys are liking, make sure you're subscribing and commenting and sharing. Okay. Make sure you are active in the chat. All right. Yes, 2020 for 2020 vision. What's up, Tasha Haynes? Good to see you as well. Let's see what is going on this week. Tonight, everybody, is the Stellar Awards. So they do come on at 8 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I get, yeah. So they're 5, 6, 7. So they're on the East Coast, I guess. But of course you can record them. They'll come on again at 10:30. So if you're not watching it, you can watch it a little bit later. Of course, right now they're not on. And I thought it would be on like at 5 o'clock here, but no, it's actually on at 8 o'clock. And I think that's because if you have Xfinity against having satellite, because when I did have cable, I had satellite. So I think I got everything 3 hours or like on East Coast time. But right now, if you have Xfinity, it's going to come on at 8. So, but that is tonight, everybody. If you would like to check that out. The Stellar Awards are happening. Yes, they are. Oh, man, what else is going on around here? Let's see. Where do we want to get started? Where will we get started first? Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go here. Not I think last week or so, the mother of Tammy Franklin, Kirk Franklin's mother, well, Tammy Franklin, Kirk Franklin's wife, she lost her father. She lost her father, and they laid him arrest. They laid him to rest in a most beautiful way, most spiritual way, and we get a glimpse of who Tammy Franklin's mother is. She led the church in worship during the homegoing service of her husband. Let's take a look at it.
Come on. Let's sing it again. 'Cause all my life, yes, you have, Jesus. And all my life, every day, and with every breath that I am able, I will sing. Come on, one more time. 'Cause all of my life you have been faithful. And all of my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, every breath, I will sing, yes, sir, of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness. Thank you, Jesus.
You're talking about beautiful. When I saw that, I just had to play it a few times. I may have to play it again. But that is the wife of, the mother-in-law of Kirk Franklin, Tammy Franklin's mother. Let me tell you, it kind of like I can just feel like a real mothering with her, a real spiritual mothering. So I think where Kirk was lacking in his mother, his relationship with his mother, I can see Tammy's mom really taking to Kirk Franklin and maybe helping to shape him throughout his life. Maybe that's why the marriage lasted so long. I don't know. That woman is annoying.
Come on. Let's sing it again. 'Cause all my life, yes, you have, Jesus. And all my life, every day, and with every breath that I am able, I will sing. Come on, one more time. 'Cause all of my life you have been faithful. And all of my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, every breath, I will sing, yes, sir, of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness. Thank you, Jesus.
I tell you, every time I see it, yes, Regina, everyone has to go through death, but when you can go through it with that type of grace, you may cry in the midnight hour, but even when you can just go through it, knowing that we all have to go this way, as one of the mothers said in other videos, we all have to go this way. So if you can do it with some grace, oh my goodness, that is excellent. So we are prayers out for the Franklin family, Tammy Franklin for the loss of her father. And I don't know his name, but we are going to still keep them in our prayers. Have you hit that like button for me? Please hit the like button as we move on forward. Don't want to be here too long. But listen, we are celebrating. We're going to celebrate. You know, we always have something to say when the preachers and the things, you know, getting into something, you know, like we're going to have to talk about tonight, getting into some, crazy things. But when it's time to celebrate, St. James Show, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate Keon Henderson on
So
tonight.
We just finished the service. I don't know what just happened. All I know is that 30 years is a long time to do the same thing. And today was such an encouraging moment to help me to know that it hasn't been wasted. And I'm so appreciative of being called by God and being given an assignment and knowing my purpose in the earth. And I pray, and I heard Bishop Jake say this, I hope me finding my destiny helps you to find yours. I'll see you next Sunday.
He is celebrating 30 years of ministry, not 30 years at the church, but 30 years of ministry. So we are going to, hey, you know, why not celebrate 30 years? That's a long time. That's a long time. So listen, we are going to give it up to Keon Henderson, Lighthouse over there. Lighthouse in Houston. I see Candace gave him some hand claps. Good. Jesse just said happy. We go take that. What's up, Tyrone? Good to see you. We gonna take that. Mm-hmm. Hey, she talking. I thought you was talking to Keon. Don't you do that? Don't you say that? Shawnee gonna get you. That's her man. That is her man. Listen here. Don't you mess with her man. Don't mess with my man. With my man. Ain't that a song? Y'all gonna help free the bishop? Are y'all going to help free the bishop, Lamar Whitehead? Listen, press release has been out. Bishop Lamar Whitehead and his legal team moved to vacate conviction, citing political targeting and prosecutory misconduct. In New York, on this date of August 27th, Bishop Lamar Whitehead, who has continually maintained his innocence, has filed a motion to dismiss his case or vacate his conviction and is seeking immediate release on bail. He wants to be released immediately. Okay? The motion highlights misconduct by former U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, who faced scrutiny for using high-profile prosecutions, such as Whitehead's and Mayor Eric Adams, to raise his political profile. Evidence that the federal agents admitted Whitehead was targeted not for his own conduct, but as a means to get the mayor of New York. The fact that Executive Order 14147, which ended political weaponization of prosecutions, was applied to dismiss the case against Mayor Adams. Yet, the same investigation was used against Bishop Whitehead, who suffered the same misconduct cited in support of his dismissal of his mess. All right. So do we have any takers? Will you be signing any petitions? Will you be protesting with your bullhorns over there in New York? Will you fight for Bishop Lamar Whitehead? Who wrote that, Tyrone? What's up, Tashi? Sir, you stole that lady money. Keep Whitehead in prison. The jail don't want greasy lips to leave. Oh, they like your lips there. You got to stay a while. You have to stay a while, Whitehead. Eric Adams don't know you, TJ. Y'all hit that like button. We should have 100 likes by now. Who is asking for this? He's asking for what else he got to do in jail, Chantel? What else he got to do? What else did Brandon Coleman and them folks have to do in jail? Think of things to wreck everybody else's life. He better call the Orange Man. Orange Man ain't gonna let him out. No, you're gonna respectfully pass. Okay, JP, you said you not on your watch. Oh my good. Nah, that Orange Man ain't gonna let him out. He gonna have a good time and good time. Dun, dun. We're gonna have a good time. Nobody wants sweet cheeks. Oh, they don't want your cheeks. They don't want your cheeks. They said, Whitehead. So I don't know. You may have to cry a little bit longer, Whitehead. I don't think it's gonna work out. Yeah, they dismissed the charges against Eric Adams, but you are no Eric Adams, sir. You stole the lady's 90 grand. It was proven in court. You stole her 90 grand, okay? That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. But you know, stranger things have happened, Saints. Stranger things have happened. Thank you for liking this video right now. Thank you for sharing and also for subscribing to The St. James Show. Make sure you subscribe to The St. James Show on Instagram, St. James TikTok on TikTok, and also the Carnal Church Sector on YouTube as well, and on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe on Facebook, The St. James Show. All right, you make sure you do that, and we will be forever grateful. Oh, yes, we will.
And I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, for your name is great and greatly to be praised. And I sing praises to your name.
I was listening to the background. You know, David Bratton had put that group together who had been singing for the conference. David Bratton, if you listen to the voices in the background, they were on it. Those sopranos were immaculate. They were birds. They were little hummingbirds. Oh my goodness, they accented Manasseh's voice so beautifully. So kudos to David Bratton, Maestro David. Oh God. And Manasseh's voice was even having issues that night. Yeah, they sound amazing, didn't they? Didn't they sound? Just listen to the background. Will you just take a little time and listen to the background?
And I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, I sing praises to your name. Oh Lord, for your name is great and greatly to be praised. And I sing praises to your name.
True worship to me. I don't know about y'all, but that's true. That's for y'all who didn't go to church today. Y'all need a little extra oomph. You didn't go to the house of prayer on today, so you needed to hear a little extra. All right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Buck 03. They've been trying to get out of here. I think they on their way. All right, let us get into, let's see, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Mm, mm, mm. Let's go here. Let's do a little talking about this here. And we're aware, but those of you who are not aware, let's talk apostle, self-proclaimed apostle, David E. Taylor.
We have a second breaking story to tell you about this noon. The FBI involved in a search for two self-professed religious leaders, one arrested right here in the Triangle.
Yeah, we do have WREO's Sean Gallagher. He has been on that story there. Sean, we had Sky 5 above the scene at one point. Tell us a little bit about what you have seen since you've been following this.
Yeah, Chris, this is a very active scene here behind me. I'm told that the FBI raided this building here behind me around 5 or 6 in the morning. And take a look, several hours later, they are still here sifting through lots of evidence. And this is a very odd story when you hear the details. We're talking about two people who are self-proclaimed religious leaders, and we're still gathering more information about the connection here in Durham. But this is what we know right now. David.
Okay, well, I don't want to just play it, and then the algorithm will pick it up and start flagging it. So they're at one of the locations of course, David E. Taylor's call centers, church centers. I don't know, whatever David was calling them.
Taylor, a man was arrested here in Durham, and Michelle Brannon in Tampa, Florida. Federal indictments accused the two of receiving roughly $50 million in donations to their religious organization since 2014, largely through forced labor practices in call centers across the country. Their church, known as the Kingdom of God Global Church and formerly the Joshua Media Ministries International, with Taylor referring to himself as an apostle and also Jesus's best friend, claiming to have had multiple face-to-face encounters with God. Meanwhile, he's accused of forcing people to work in call centers in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri. And the indictment says he set unattainable goals, punishing those folks by public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, physical assaults, and more. And while also having personal servants to fulfill his demands round the clock, including transportation of women to his locations, having them take Plan B. All of this is part of what the FBI is calling a nationwide takedown of their forced labor organization. So they will be out here for a while. We're still trying to learn what the connection is to Durham and why Taylor was here in the first place. As soon as we get any of that information, we'll bring it to you as soon as possible. But for now, live in Durham, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
And we just continue to stay on top of that.
And of course, there's been many of reports that have been made on this particular story. Oh, no, I don't want to leave the studio. Hold on, y'all. I almost got got some tricky hands. I do want to stop that. Okay, yeah. So, and Michelle Brannon, she's his ace boon coon, his right-hand woman. Vicky Yohe, she wrote a book. Vicky is out here, hopping on different platforms because Vicky Yohe came out some years ago and she went on Larry Reed and she did a couple of video interviews with him. And she told her story. Yeah, she was out here sleeping with David Taylor. She was receiving gifts from him. I don't know I don't know how it went awry. And it probably went awry with Vicky because she probably found out she wasn't the only white woman he was messing with. More than likely. That's generally how it goes. I thought I was the queen jump off or sidekick. Come to find out, he got a kick over there, a kick over here, and a kick over there. Got a sidekicks everywhere. So she writes a book about him. Now she's running out here talking about how, she's been vindicated and no one wanted to listen to me. I tried to tell you guys he was a womanizer and a fraud and a this and a that. Yeah, we understand that. But when did it stop with you? Because you got upset, Vic? Come on, Vicky. Yeah, we got a few questions for old Vicky. We really do. And she's hopping on, different media deals now, and she's trying to tell her story and everything. But one thing, I was listening to Larry Reed earlier today, and one thing I have to agree. You're out here talking about David E. Taylor, but he's no better than the president that you support so aggressively. She is an avid Orange Man supporter. And, he done had some issues, a lot of issues with women and the way he treats women and have treated women. I remember watching him way back on the Howard Stern's days when he would sit there and rate the women. And he said he would sleep with his daughter if it wasn't his daughter because she's so sexy. And, the man has said a lot of nasty, rude, disrespectful things. But now we have to sit here and question, Vicky, have you come out this strong against Orange Man? Or you don't have a book to hawk for Orange Man. Now you got a book you trying to hawk over here with David E. Taylor. So, I always look at all that stuff, there's certain time when you got to take some responsibility. And the only reason they be snitching is when something goes wrong in the relationship. What's up, Jacqueline? That's the only time they start snitching and writing books and carrying on and crying on interviews and stuff. So I will reserve my empathy for Miss Vicky until I see her stand up against Orange Man that she so vehemently supports. Okay, so we gonna let her go about her business. You say nobody's scared of Vicky? What are you talking about? You say Vicky in Karen mode. Yeah. She done shifted that gear, right? She is definitely in Karen mode. So David, listen, he's getting his. He gonna get his. I was reading on Michelle some of the transactions that they made with y'all money, with the church's money. Mercedes-Benz for $63,000 in April of 2018, a Bentley Continental. They put a $70,000 down payment in May of 2018. Okay. And then Crown Line boat for $105,000 in November of 19. Then I don't know why he kept on getting all these Bentleys. And he put another down payment in June of 2020 during the pandemic of $15,000 and another Bentley for $50,000 down payment the next day, the absolute next day in June of 2020. And then in September, he needed more. They bought a Mercedes-Benz, $14,908. And it doesn't say down payment. It just says $14,908. He bought 3 Mercedes-Benz in one day. $14,908, $13,695, $12,485. It may have been the same Mercedes, just 3 different transactions. Possibility. You said PPP money. Probably was. 5 ATVs for over $31,000. In June of 2021, 2 jet skis and jet skier trailer in the same day, over 24,000, and another some other 2 jet skis for over 24,000 the same day, June 17, 2021. And then, of course, he has to eat good. In November, he paid $10,000 for $125 pounds of super colossal red king crab legs. I bet he had so much good butter and garlic and lemon. My mouth is watering, Taylor. 6 seafood shears and 30 crab cutters. Oh, he wasn't feeding them people who was working for him for sure. They wasn't getting crabs. They was getting oodles and noodles and ramen and potted meat. They wasn't getting no crab legs. Absolutely not. So that was him and Michelle, entertaining. They was entertaining. Vicky, did you get any of this lobster, this crab? Vicky Yohi, did you eat any of this crab? We want to know. Inquiries on the shelves. Years he was begging people to do. Was that the years he was begging, Regina? Yeah, he was begging for the money. Oh yeah, you said she ate some of that crab, huh, Courtney? I think she did too. They said you ate some crab, Vicky Yohi. Colossal red king crab. That's the big jokers. Not no little Snow, not no little, not no little that. What's that other one? Snow Crab King and what is the other one? The other one you put in your gumbo. Y'all hit that like button for me, everybody. Hit the like button. Oh, my goodness. All right. And then we're going to 2024. May 21st, he bought him a Rolls Royce Culligan. 123,000 lease. He had to sign. That was his lease payment. Over 123,000. This is the Saints' money, y'all. He said he was collecting the money for the what did he say? The human trafficking. That's what he said. Oh, that ain't no blue crab. This is the good king crab. It ain't no blue. Dungeness. That's what I was talking about, Nicole. Dungeness. Yeah, he didn't want no dungeon. He had to get the king. The king eats like the king. And then what he did, y'all, he had to bulletproof the Rolls Royce Culligan. You hear me what I said? Over 33,000 for that one, 32,000 for that one, 37,000 for that one. And then he did one for over 18,000. February of 2025. Wow. This is wild, y'all. I'm just reading through the documents. I'll put these documents on. Did I put them already on Patreon? I'll put them on Patreon. That's on the $10 level. If you want to see any of these documents, I usually put them on Patreon. Patreon link is in the chat. It's pinned in the chat, everybody. We may need to go to Patreon and sound off later on tonight, huh? It's a holiday tomorrow. Okay. What I found interesting that she was given an attorney, a court-appointed attorney. I'm like, all this money, y'all ain't got no attorneys that can cover y'all unless they put a hold on all their money and they can't pay any attorneys. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Brandon who is 55 years old, is unmarried, and has 2 adult children. Brandon has no employment outside the criminal organization of Kingdom of God. She does not have significant family or community ties to the Eastern District of Michigan, where this case is being prosecuted. Her significant ties during the course of this conspiracy have been solely to where the call centers have operated, including in Texas, Missouri, and Florida. Most recently, on or about June 26, Brandon submitted a name change, interesting, request in the state of Florida to change her name back to her maiden name of Michelle Denise Lynn. Brandon also changed her home address, okay? No, we don't give all that. That ain't necessary. Okay, let me see if anything else stands out to me. Kingdom of God Global Church. Whew. Okay. Well, she was given a court-appointed attorney, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out in her favor. I believe that they have so much evidence. They've been tracking him since that. We're just going to say since the deposition, right before the deposition, back when in 2014, and you can see that horrible deposition on YouTube and on TikTok. They show it all the time. Yeah, the attorney said they ain't getting in that mess. And let me tell you, I wouldn't get in that mess either. If I was like, I'm not going up against them doggone feds. Let's see. She got a court-ordered attorney because she claimed her private attorney wasn't. Oh, that's right. That did say that. That wasn't asking her. Then, hello. Don't answer. Don't answer. It's Michelle. Don't answer. They're not answering, Michelle. They don't want to be fooling up with you in this mess. And they know they probably not gonna get paid because all the money's been sealed up. All the accounts are sealed up. Don't answer, Michelle. She's in prison. She's locked up. Don't answer. So unfortunately, they will not be answering the calls for you, Michelle. So we are going to sit back and see where this goes. Listen, you have to know who and why you're giving your money. And I think someone else had mentioned as well, getting, elderly people on the phone. You're being very aggressive with these people. You don't know and then they were under such pressure to get a certain amount of money. The people who were calling on David's behalf, he put these stupid, quotas to them like they were in some kind of Chinese sweatshop or something. And so we don't know, Rico. I don't know. I don't know. They love to throw Rico out there, but maybe. I don't know. What's up, Sean? I don't know. I don't know. They tried to do Rico with Diddy and that didn't work. So I don't know what will happen here. But I think this is a little different. He has all these different properties with all these different pretty much sweatshops. And the interesting thing is, I think we're going to start hearing probably some more. I think they said they had about 8 witnesses or 8 victims or something like that. But we're going to probably start hearing some more about this Plan B stuff and the women being delivered to him. Oh, Michelle, that's probably where it sounds a little Epsteinish to me, Michelle. I'm just saying. Sounds a T-bit of Epstein to me. So I think that is going to be one of his real major problems is the women. Vicky, was he that good? Because he looks ferocious. Was he that good, Vicky? You said Tyrone going, oh yeah, Tyrone will take your call. Tyrone will take your call. Michelle, call Blackburn. He's on a war path. He's on a war. He gets all convicted criminals. He will take on their plight. Now you got to be guilty. Everyone's presumed innocent until proven guilty. Vicky said he wasn't even that good, huh? Well, Vicky, that's what you wrote. That's what you're saying now. That's what you're saying now. What you show was all up in it when he was buying them Louboutins and all that mess. Y'all hit that like button. He was buying you all them clothes, animalistic to be exact. So y'all don't y'all go running around here trying to act like Vicky Yohe is the savior of the women. She just got upset because she figured out that she wasn't the only kick around here on the side. That's all. And she wanted to blow up the spot. Blackburn would take up pro bono, that he will, because he don't make money. That's what he told the court. He don't make all of his folks is in the Jennerich or something. I don't know whatever he said. Because of who you are, I give you glory. Yes, that Vicky Yohe. Yeah, that one. It was great when the money was being spent. No, Gigi, we could tell the story, can't we? We got a whole list of them kind of folk. It's always good when the money is, but when they own the private jets, when they over there at Morton's having a little, medium well T-bone, it's all good. When they over there at the Waldorf Astoria, over there taking pictures. Look at me, Prophet. Look at me, Prophet. Click, click. When they over there taking pictures and carrying on, it's all good. Until all the milk gets squeezed out and don't nobody want to buy the cow. Then all of a sudden you got a book to write. And you here for the women. I'm here for the women. I'm going to save you from these hellions. Yeah, okay. All right. Too much? All right, let me bring it back. All right. I'll bring it back. Eating that tomahawk. What? That Wagyu steak. That old Wagyu from Japan. They're eating that good stuff. It's all good. Until you got to go back to spam. So then they get to writing. While they cracking that spam can open, they get to writing. I know he didn't make me over here eating spam, and I just was eating some red king crab legs with garlic butter and lemons. Now I'm eating spam tacos. You said that's why you said your God will supply. Women, get your own dime, all right? Get your own dime. Get your own dime. Lord, they said no caps. Listen here, you can have all the fried spam sandwiches you want. Me and my mom tried to feed me and my sister some spam when we was little. We said, I'm not sure what this is, but it can't go in my body. Oh, no. It can't go in my mom tried to feed me liver one time. I told my mom, I don't like it. I don't like it, Mom. It's nasty. It's nasty. She said, eat it. I said, I said in my mind, I'm going to show her. I picked up that thing and chewed it and just started regurgitating at the table. Yeah. She said, get your behind up. Get out of here. I went, excuse me. And I told you I don't like no liver. Yeah, I was a horrible kid. Told you I like no liver, and I sure didn't like no spam. Loose here, Holy Ghost. Nobody care about Gloria Gaynor. Nobody care about her. Why? Listen, I told her we don't like no liver. Now I could take the liver gravy over some rice, but I can't eat the actual meat. That's like I don't want to eat a liver. It just ain't right. I'm not eating no necks either. I ain't eating no necks. I ain't eating no linguine. What is that? The tongue? I'm not French kissing no cow. That's what I'm not gonna do. Woo! Y'all had me not eating nothing. I ain't spelled when I was pregnant. Oh Jesus, that was your thing. My ex, all she wanted was the peanut butter pretzels. You know, the pretzels with the peanut butter inside. So that's about all she wanted. But she was pregnant with my daughter. But listen, we are going to sit back and figure out what the feds come up with, and I think this is the story that's probably going to keep on giving. It's going to keep on giving it to us. So y'all hang tight. I got something to talk about Marvin Winans, Bishop-elect. Y'all not going to believe it. Y'all not going to believe it.
Before I got here, this song came on and sort of took over. I heard about how he healed the sick. He is a wonder. He is a wonder in my soul. I heard about how he...
Oh, is he? Well, last night, the internet was popping. It was shaking and rattling and rolling over there in Florida, you know, and I had got word earlier in the day. Someone gave me, it was reported to me that there was a really bad argument over there at the Faith City Church Friday night. There was a meeting with Joel Tudman and Bishop Henry Fernandez. Earlier, I was calling him Alexander because I know a Bishop Alexander in Pomona, and his name is Henry, and I got it mixed up with Henry Alexander, but it's Henry Fernandez. Okay, we got that straightened out. I always knew who I was talking about, just didn't get the name. But it's still speculation as to what the actual argument was about that led to the dismissal of Joel Tudman as pastor of the Faith Center. Okay. But he did, of course, there was that email that went out. Email said, he just ain't the pastor no more, and a bunch of scriptures, okay? That's all that said. So it wasn't really nothing to talk about. He did address the congregation today, so let's listen to him address the congregation.
There's an executive board that I am accountable to, even though I am the founder of the church. I submitted my life under their authority. And I'm going to ask all of you, those of you who are streaming, those of you in this room, to trust my leadership. 34 years. 34 years. And while you're not given reasons, and so I'm asking you, be careful of your assumptions. Just be careful of your assumptions.
But you think about it, when you leave us to assumptions, when you don't even point us to, this is social media. This is we have a lot of information that we deal with. When you leave it so broad, it makes things, people start swaying one way or the other. And it may not even, Fernandez may be the angel, or Joel may be the angel, and we are demonizing him. But right now people are doing this. They're doing this on the internet. So he's having his supporters. Removal, we stand with Bishop Joel and Tasha Tudman, and those impacted by their removal as senior pastors of Faith Center. So this is circulating around the internet. So it's leaving speculation like they have been done so wrong. We don't know that. It could be something that Tudman did that violated the contract. It could be, it could be something that it was a no-go with the church, like you gotta go. But I don't know. A Jew says, if pastors would lead with the truth, then the members would not need assumptions. But I understand not divulging everything now, but at some time it should be told to the members. Well, and when it's told to the members, Regina, it's going to be told to the world. You know how that goes, because you're going to have disgruntled members. There's already disgruntled members over there now. So we will get the information, if it gets out. We don't know still why everybody left ANWA. The closest thing we can assume is maybe the divorce of something happened within the Stevensons, because Tiffany Montgomery came out and told us that Matthew wasn't married no more. And that's about all the information we can just gather and just start maybe picking this piece of the puzzle and putting it in there and see if it stick over here. I don't know. So we gotta, just assume that he's looking for good for his age. Fernandez has been around for a minute. He really has been around for a minute. Fernandez has. He has. So let's just listen to just a little bit more.
I would encourage all of us to always remember, those of us who are in the kingdom, we're kingdom citizens. We are expected to conduct ourselves accordingly. And while you may have your feelings and your opinions, please don't ever forget that. And just as I stated in the letter to all of the members yesterday, I hope you'll have a chance to read it for yourself and don't let people interpret it for you. If you're a member of this church, you should have received it. And I ask that you take it, the letter, for what it says. What you're not going to get from Henry Fernandez is try to explain in details or to go back and forth. That's not my character. So I ask those of you who are posting on social media, and even those of you, probably, you may choose not to come back to this church.
Well, because a lot of them came to the church because Tudman was there now. So, he has his following already. And listen, the email read, Dear Faith Center family, I pray this letter finds you and your loved ones in the best of health and in the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ, blah, blah, blah. After thoughtful discussion and consideration, it has been determined that Reverend Joel Tudman will no longer be serving in his role as senior pastor at the Faith Center. Our mission remains unchanged. We are steadfast in our assignment to proclaim the gospel, discipline believers, serve our community, and create an environment where people from all walks of life can experience the love of God. hear the pure word, and discover their God-given purpose. Scriptures, a bunch of scriptures. Yeah. So he's saying he hopes that by hearing this news, you still will stay.
I will absolutely ask you to make sure that you're spirit led. That's all. Be careful.
He's asking them, Regina, that they go by the Spirit in regards to if they need to, regarding if they're going to stay or leave. Where was the Spirit in this picking of Joel Tudman? And we have to question now, because you've given us nothing, Bishop Fernandez. So did you go by the Spirit in regards to hiring him and now firing him? I don't know. But he wants y'all to go by the Spirit to see if you need to leave or you need to stay.
To operate out of emotions. I just ask you to use wisdom. Now, in the letter I sent, it was to advise you that Pastor Joel Tudman is no longer the senior pastor of this church. I'm going to ask you to please pray for him and his family. That's what we Christians are supposed to do.
And you are so right, T. Johnson. He never really relinquished the leadership to Joel Tudman. He was there. And that's a conversation that needs to be had, be discussed, because this has triggered a lot of other ministers who are coming out on social media saying that they have been done like this. They just didn't have a good platform, or they wasn't relevant enough to come out for anybody to fight for them on their behalf. But there is a lot of preachers that are coming out and saying they've been used. And like I said, we don't know if that's the situation with Joel, but it's kind of looking a little weird. They have been used to build up a ministry, because you have to remember there's a lot of these older guys, that the baby boomers and older, that they had to, come up in this church thing a different way. They didn't get it as easy as a Keon Henderson, as easy as it seems like a Matthew Stevenson, when they just came up and all of a sudden had all this Reformation with all these people attached to them in these other types of ministries that just kind of came up over 2, 3, 4, 5 years. These people had to work for 20, 25, 30 years to get where they want. So, hey, they've seen, okay, we got a new TD Bopper type of minister. Let me bring him over here. Let me build up my church. And when I get it to where I want it, okay, now we have issues. These are the doctrine issues or morality issues. Let me throw a woman or a boy or a man or a woman in front of them and see if they can fall so we can get them up out of here. These are a business. These churches are a business. So you have to be very aware as to the snares and the traps that you can get into, because these churches are a business. And it's been happening for years. This isn't anything new. And so a lot of these preachers are now posting on their Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, that are saying, this has happened to me. Gab, do you have an idea of, they say, Mark Moore Church? You said, why not have a close person saints meeting offline, tell the membership up front? Well, they don't trust any of the membership like that, because they know a lot of those people are now Tudmanites. That's just who they are. Yeah. You said read the thing. So the gap here is saying it's doctrine issues. That sounds good too, but. Yeah, that's a conversation to be had, but I don't know. Yeah, Okay, all right. We got it, Gap. We got it. All right, we got it. All right. If you godly oversight, that's fine. Maybe But if it was that, say that. Don't assume that. Okay? Don't make us to have to pick it apart to figure out why. And if it was just a doctrine issue, is that something that needs to be NDA'd? Is that something that needs to be such a secret? Listen, I thought he believed in this. Come to find out he believes in this. That's not anything that needs that has to be coded in an email. Nah, so I can't believe that. I don't believe it. It can be a scapegoat right now, but I don't believe that. Because if it's doctrine issues, that's a clear escape for everybody. If you believe what he's saying over here, go with him. But I'm going to tell you what the Bible says here, and what we've been believing for 30 years, and this is what we going to believe. Yeah. Yeah, so not mentioning it makes it seem like they're just throwing something out there so we can assume that that's what it is. If that's what it is, that's not nothing to hide behind the bushel. Yeah, that wasn't the issue. That wasn't the issue. Not at all. No, not at all. But these preachers are saying that these older guys are using them to do these types of things.
So here's what I'm going to ask this church. If you're in agreement with me, because I have nothing else to say. So I'm sorry if you needed more detail and explanations. And as you're posted, I am going to make sure that this ministry focuses not on any man, but on the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
And did you catch that? What did I tell you last night? It was reported to me that Fernandez didn't like the way it was being assumed that Tudman was all about him and promoting him and his ministry and not honoring Fernandez as the founder. Now he says, pretty much he's alluding to it's not about Tudman, it's about Jesus. But it was reported that Fernandez was also pissed off that Tudman was not honoring him in the way that he thought he should be honored as the founder. I don't think the man ever, sought to relinquish full duty to Tudman and his wife. I don't think that ever was going to happen. And that's what it sounds like. Jacqueline, it's nothing but egos. And listen, Tudman has been coming up the ranks. He's been coming up the ranks. He's preached at the Potter's house, and he's done all that good stuff. He's done all that. People thought he would take over Potter's house for a while. They thought he was the new Daddy Jakes. But and again, Jakes and Fernandez were friends as well. Now Larry Reed had an interesting assumption or thought today. Could it have been a coup, an acquisition to make the Faith Center a Potter's house? Was that in the works on the underground? I don't know. It seems that's a reasonable question. I don't know if it's real or not. I think it was just a question on the table. Did Fernandez get the thing that, listen, you and Jakes ain't coming in here to make this no Potter's house? What y'all thought y'all was going to do? That's a question that we could consider. But at the end of the day, this relationship is no more. Fernandez said, you may be bigger than me and badder than me, but this is still my church. And it ain't about you. It's about me. I mean, Jesus. Fernandez had to tell him it's about Jesus. It ain't about you. He over there hawking your books. You over there working out and and showing all your goodies on the social media. We don't do that over here in Holiness, Fernandez said. You gotta go. Or let me think of something I can get you up out of here. Let me think. Give me a few days. Let me think of something I can get you up out of here, Tudman. Tudman, fine. Sound like he said that. That's the thing. That's what people are saying. Sound like this was a setup from the beginning. Sound like it was a setup. I'm going to use you to build this church a little bit more. Jake's take Tubman back. Oh, no. That can't happen, Joyce McPhee. No, baby. No. It's about Sarah and Torre now. They may have him come preach a little Easter speech every now and then. Oh, no. But Tudman cannot go back to the Potter's house. Not like that. Not like he used to. Y'all may want that to happen, but that can't happen. No. Yeah, they said 1,100 members have joined the church under Tudman, and Bishop got jealous. Oh. You say he either didn't do the Baptist way and let the members. Well, no, I don't think he said the executive board made the decision. Yeah, I think someone mentioned that last night too about how Reverend Clay Evans did the whole transition. And it seemed to be cool. Even when Jenkins left and Sharp took over, listen, it seemed to be okay. You're going to have some people leave. You're going to have some people, stay. And then you have new people coming. Cora said he can come back when, who the hell is Cora to say that? Cora, go sit down, Cora. Unblock me, Cora. You still got me blocked over there. Sarah ain't got me blocked. You got me blocked. You said Mr. Sarah Jakes ain't cutting. No. Well, he may not be cutting the mustard, but I guarantee you nepotism have already taken place, Joyce. Tubman ain't going back over there at Potter's house like that. No. Not at all. Not at all. He cornbread fed.
So please, would you stand and join me in prayer?
All right, he's going to pray, y'all, so we know what that means. We know what that means. He going to do a little manipulation prayer and draw them back in. Well, the sad part about it is this kind of stuff is happening all the time. Someone even mentioned Ben Stevens from West Angeles. They said, he wasn't done quite right. That's what someone said. I'm just saying what they said. But good thing he landed on his feet, and now he's a bishop in the Lord's church. But Ben Stevens, remember Ben? But Ben, you were never getting that either, not with Charles Jr. around. That's what I'm saying. These people need to stop being so delusional. Certain things you're just not going to get. You're just not going to get. Torre has to listen here. I peeped in today and I seen that he was preaching. Those women, the show looking kind of studly over there at the Potter's house. Wouldn't you think? They look a little studly over there. It was just me. Is it just me? Just me? They looking a little doctor. What's her name? Doctor. What they look at that? Dr. Ira. What's her name? Y'all know y'all. Dr. Jazzy. Yeah. Looking a little Dr. Jazzy over there at the Potter's house. It would be okay. Well, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. And everybody people were saying, well, he has a womanizing problem. He has some problem. Well, you can't hold everybody by their past. If he didn't present that no more, if he, I'm not going to sit here and hold the man by his past. A lot of people like to do that, bring up the past and drill it and drill it and drill it. Listen, if he had a little something on the side sometime, and if he got over it, then if he's on the right street now, then we're going to leave him on the right street. We're not going to hold him to that. Men who don't always, either you in a position where you didn't get what you wanted when you were younger. Now that you have some notoriety or some money, now you can get the pick of the litter and you just go crazy in the candy shop. You just go crazy. You're picking up lollipops and Snickers and Skittles. You're picking everything up in the candy shop until you come to yourself. And, I hear, he had a little problem over there in OKC, Oklahoma, but I think he got it together. I'm talking good for you, Tudman. I think you got it together. So we ain't going to hold him to that. I think he needs to he'll go and start his own ministry. He'll be fine. They'll seed him some money. All those people, I read you the comments from his post last night. Hannah was talking to him. Keon was talking to him and, doing all that. So I think he'll be okay. Give him a little cash. Now, he out of money. I think he out of money. He ain't getting no more money. Well, he not be out of money. He ain't getting no more money for Florida. Okay, you got he ain't getting no more money. David Taylor then got too much money. And we finna talk about Winans who wants all your money. Torre, they said you was boring today. What'd you talk about, Torre? The Potter's House, Florida. I just registered. Lord have mercy. You just registered the. Are you Tudman? Tudman, did you just register the Potter's House, Florida? Are you GQ people? Whatever. Jealous. That green-eyed devil is something else. Jealousy. We men have the ego problem. You right. Everyone started gravitating towards Bishop Tudman, including Bishop Fernandez people. Jealous. Was that Tudman, Courtney? He said he did register the Potter's House in Florida. They're not getting any more money. Do you have no, I don't. I don't know if he's not getting no more money. We just talking what we talking over here, Mr. Don't get so wheel it back in. Wheel it back in. Some of y'all get a little crazy in these comments. I had to tell a woman, okay, calm down now. You done made your statement. I don't need you making the same statement on every video that I have with the Jordans. I don't need your same statement on every video. I heard you. Move along now. Move along. I wonder if Doris Dad will invite Tubman to preach. Everybody going to invite Tubman to preach. I mean, he's a good speaker. Everybody going to invite him to preach. I don't think he's going to be lacking anywhere. He, and his honorarium is still probably up there. He can draw the crowd, so he'll get money. He'll be okay. But he's eventually going to have to probably get him his own church, to get that steady thing going. I did get that Potter's House. Listen here. Yeah, he might have a Potter's House, Florida. Yeah, I heard her. Heard her now. Move along. Move along. Let's keep this cute. Move along. All right, y'all. Well, we're not going to beat this story beat it to the death. It is what it is. We really don't know what happened. We know that an argument ensued Friday night, and it was threatened. They threatened to call the police on Tudman if he didn't leave, because Tudman, he go, listen, I ain't gotta go nowhere. And Fernandez said, listen here, you're getting out of here one or two ways, voluntarily or involuntarily. We'll call the cops. We'll call the Sunrise Police Department to get you up out of the Faith Center. So I'm saying, that doctrine stuff is a little deeper than a doctorate. I think whatever it is, he is Busta Rhymes' twin. You're right. He do look like Busta Rhymes. I think whatever it is, the core around it is jealousy and ego. I think the core around whatever it is jealousy and ego on Fernandez's side. And listen, I can say what I want to say because they don't want to give us any exacts. And they don't have to. But I'm still going to say what I say. Because, it's like they only been there a few months. They ain't even been there a year. They ain't even been there a year. So you've seen this really quick growth in 6 months or so. and you're like, it's getting off the rails. He's going to have a little bit more power than me. They're going to throw me out. Because it has been done. You founded a church and all of a sudden they threw you out. It happens. It happens. But, he says, trust my leadership. But no, you said the board is the leader. Well, what we doing here, Fernandez? You still running the church, or is it really the board running the church? Are you telling the board what to do? How to vote? Yeah. May have been a trial period for a year, but he ain't even been there a year. I don't think he's been there a year. They just had like a consecration service not too long ago. Calling to have his church. Do I know the guy? No, I don't know that guy. They need to give it to Tudman. Khan don't need another church. Khan don't need not one woman and not one more church, okay? Edging God out, that's what they say. 4 months. He ain't been there 4 months. He ain't been there half a year. I don't know, y'all. We got to move on, though. I can't be here all night. We got Patreon to sound off in. If you're not a member of Patreon, hit that link in the chat and join us. Only $5 a month. And we're going to sound off in Patreon as soon as we relinquish this particular story.
No other name. No other name. No other name. No other name. Jesus. No other name. No other name. That name. That name is all we need. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Believe it tonight. Believe it tonight. There's no other name. No other name. No other name. Jesus. No other name. That name. That name is all we need.
244 days for Winans land to be completed. So someone in the chat typed 244. 244 for the expected completion of Winans land. That's what we're at right now. Now, let's listen. We all know that Marvin Winans has been building this Winans Never Land for about 25 years now. And he has given himself he started counting down at 365. Now we're at 244 as of today. Okay. So, of course, he's been collecting a lot of money from $500 golden shovels to $100 to watch the 5th and 6th groundbreaking, $1,000 seeds and $135 and all this other stuff seeds over and above your tithes and offering. The days, superficial days of giving every other week, and all this stuff has been going on. And we don't seem to get anything going with this Winans Neverland. Now let's listen to the newest money grab for Winans land.
All of the members of Perfecting, I'm asking you to take on the burden. We've discussed in great detail how when Uzzah touched the Ark of the Covenant, God killed him because God doesn't want you to touch his glory.
What does that have to do with building this Winans Neverland? You see how y'all gotta be a little bit more, listen with a little bit more intention. Because that scripture, not touching the ark, what does that have to do with you building this building? And we love you, Marvin, but this is ridiculous.
What he wants you to do is get underneath the burden of it and carry it. And so I'm asking all of you that are members of Perfecting Church, and even those that are watching that are in our audience, I want you to get under the burden. We will have on Sunday, October. See, that's where I messed up before. But this one is in October. October the 19th. Everybody say Day of Giving. And in the Day of Giving, unlike our Sacrificial Sunday, I'm asking everyone to give a particular amount. And that amount is $1,000. But we've changed it from just Day of Giving to Day of Giving plus one. And what that means is that we want you as a member of Perfecting Church to sow $1,000. But then we want you to get under the burden and ask your coworkers, businesses in your community, people that you do work with, your family, your friends, tell them to give, and we want you to come with your $1,000 plus another $1,000.
So he wants you to come with your 1,000 on October 19th, and then go over there and ask your coworkers and ask your family members to give $1,000. Now you better hope they don't drive by 7th and Woodward over there in Detroit and see that nothing has happened and nothing is happening, because they may not give the $1,000. So not only does he want his members to give, but he wants you to go into the community and grab another $1,000 to bring it to the house of the Lord.
We got that? I believe this is going to be a great day of giving. And we absolutely must meet our goals. I was in a meeting on Thursday and just dealing with the reality of what we're facing. And when they finished talking, I didn't have much to say, you know, because they were like, we can't do this and we can't do that. I said, we haven't been waiting this long to build an average church. When folk come in, we want to say, wow.
Did y'all catch that? He don't want to build no average church, because we building this church for the people and to get their opinion. I want them to come in and say, wow, Marvin, you did such a wonderful job. Marvin Winans, you just told off on yourself in that one statement. Let me back that up just a little bit.
We haven't been waiting this long to build an average church. When folk come in, we want to say, wow. Talk back to me, PC. And so we need this day of giving. We need everybody to participate, everyone to be a part.
Now, that's not really all I want y'all to know about this. This was last Sunday, not today. It was last Sunday when he made this declaration. Now, you have to remember that was also the Sunday where he gave them chicken and fries and a couple of tacos in the taco truck for Appreciation Day. He's greasing the palms. He's rubbing the back so they can get this money out. He needed money on October 19th. He gave out some appreciation certificates or something. You know, Cindy Flowers got her one. You know, she got one. This past Thursday, Inspire. Can I share something with you? it was reported to me he had a meeting with all the men, and he made each and every man stand up and proclaim their loyalty and their commitment to giving the $2,000. And if they said they couldn't give it, he wanted you to explain to him in front of all the other men as to why you couldn't give the $1,000 plus one coming up in October 19th. He made each and every man that was in that meeting get up. And if they didn't commit to giving the 1,000 plus one, they had to give an explanation to him and everybody sitting in that room as to why they wasn't going to give on October 19th. You think we're making this stuff up, Saints? You see, we just had David Taylor who got all the money. And you know, David Taylor went over and above with his manipulation. It just levels to this thing. It just levels. And to my opinion, that mess in Detroit he's trying to build it so people can say, look what Marvin did. Look what he finally did. You said, how about none of my business? Yeah, it was shut the door time. Shut the doors. I need to know exactly why you cannot give this money. I think at this point, an investigation would do perfecting a very large damage at this point. And I wouldn't notice, because St. James wasn't in the meeting. Your folks is tired of you, Marvin Winans. I'm trying to tell you they tired of you. They're tired of giving all of their money to this Winans Neverland. And they're reaching out and they're fed up. You took off that big loan at the end of last year, whatever millions of dollar loan that you took out, and now you're having to meet the mortgage payment. So every couple of months, every 2-3 months, they're having these days of giving with $1,000. They just had one like a couple of months ago. The saints of Perfecting Church are fed up. They do not want to continue. They do not want to continue with this $1,000, $2,000 grift. Of course, there's going to be people who's going to give it. You're always going to. There were people who still gave to. There were people who still gave to a David, a so-called apostle, David E. Taylor. They're giving so much that they're putting up flyers. Standing with our general, David E. Taylor. So you're always going to have people who are giving. But I think it's the responsibility of the leader to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Vicky ain't got it. They say she over there. said Vicky a little loopy. I ain't gonna say what they said. They said Vicky a little over there loopy. Tell them for a PPP loan. Ain't get no more PPP loan. Nowhere to run. They said no. So you're gonna have people who gonna give the money, but is it right to take the money? 244 days left. And we have boots on the ground over there that say not much. There's nothing being done on 7th and Woodward over there. Woodward. There's nothing being done. But on October 19th, and what he's going to do, like he did last time, he's going to make sure it is, the camera's on, and he's going to be collecting those $1,000, $2,000 as they're coming down the aisle. And they're just going to go to the Neverland account. They're just going to keep on funding the Neverland account. And will there ever be a church over there perfecting? First of all, do you need the church? We always talk about this, and we always have to highlight it. The church on Nevada is not even full. So why do you need a 4,000 or 5,000 seater church? These people cannot afford to give. And let me tell you, they said he drilled them. If you said you couldn't give it on October 19th, you needed to explain to him why. These people don't have a $2,000 to give. Yeah, he's going to be probably shaming people. If you're if you're not in the line and you're in the choir or you're on the platform and you don't have your $1,000, then people are going to be shamed. They're going to be shamed. Flat out. Just shamed. Listen. Keon over there building a new church. I ain't in Keon's pockets. I don't know, but Keon got more following than over there. He building a new church. I think their church got tore up in one of the tornadoes or something. And Keon Henderson is building a new lighthouse over there. But again, I think his following is a little bit different than Marvin Winans. And Detroit is a little bit different than Houston, Texas. So at this point, Marvin is just trying to show us something. Y'all go over there. I don't go there. But I'm just hearing from the people that are saying this Winans land, they're tired of giving their money. The countdown went from 365 to 244 today. And we are what? Tomorrow is the 1st of September. And it's supposed to be done next year. And if y'all think it's going to be done next year, I got some land in Zimbabwe I can sell you for $25. 244. And then he says today, they are going to present a new fundraising or a new way of fundraising for the building. They're going to present that next week. Woo! I don't know, y'all. I don't know. You said let it go. Just let it go. The question is, will he get his money? And the answer is no. Question is, he got a swampland on discount. They need to stay home that Sunday, respectfully. His last name is getting what he get. Bishop Marvin is taking longer to build a God. Come on now. Come on. You want to come up for a little while? I'm not going to be long, Regina. Here, let me drop it for you. This is for Regina only. So are you feeling what I'm feeling? I mean, call out sick Sunday. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? I mean, we've been sitting back and watching this. No, we haven't been given our money. And some people say, well, you don't give nothing, so why are you worried about it? Well, you know, I'm a commentator, and people have come to me. So I'm a voice of reason. I'm a voice crying in the wilderness for those who, you know, can't quite get to the ear of Marvin Winans. You know? I'm off tomorrow, so I can kiki at the comment. Yeah, okay. You know, so they are really just fed up with it. Listen, if you guys want to continue to give. If he comes out with some $1,000 shovels now, or some $1,000 weed whackers, or $2,000, then pay for it, okay? Then pay for it. Knock yourself out. Hold on. Regina, is that you?
It's me. It is.
Hey. How are you doing?
Great. Why you gotta have that Brian Carn? Oh my God, that photo on the screen. What is wrong with him in that seat and that microphone? I cannot. I can't even say nothing good about Brian Carn.
Train, Regina.
I cannot say anything good about Brian Carn and this mess he does, and people follow this mess. It's just he knew what he was doing. He tried listen, just coming off the Vashti Enos stuff, and he does stuff like this, and he know the camera's on him. Brian, he got serious problems. He need to sit down on somebody's chair, put his feet up, and tell them all his problems.
He was praying. On his knees, praying. That's what he was doing.
No, come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Don't pass that mic to nobody else. Just get rid of it. Just throw it in the trash.
Oh, how are you doing, though? How's your Sunday? How's your Labor Day going?
It's going well. It's going well. Thank you so very much. Sitting here, laying in the bed, actually with hubby, listening to you tell all these fabulous stories about these fabulous people, and I'm just cracking up in the comments. But you are really gonna have to tell me what Marvin Winans said, because I couldn't hear nothing, because I was all eyes in on the referee.
We go play it one more time. It ain't that
all
long.
of the members of Perfecting, I'm asking you to take on the burden. We've discussed in great detail how when Uzzah touched the Ark of the Covenant, God killed him, because God doesn't want you to touch his glory.
I don't know what that means.
What he wants you to do is get underneath the burden of it and carry it. And so I'm asking all of you that are members of Perfecting Church, and even those that are watching that are in our audience, I want you to get under the burden. We will have on Sunday, October. So that's where I messed up before. But this one is in October. October the 19th. Everybody say Day of Giving. And in the Day of Giving, unlike our Sacrificial Sunday, I'm asking everyone to give a particular amount. And that amount is $1,000.
Oh my.
But we've changed it from just Day of Giving to Day of Giving plus one.
Plus one.
Oh.
And what that means is that we want you, as a member of Perfecting Church, to sow $1,000. But then we want you to get under the burden.
Under the burden.
Ask your coworkers, businesses in your community, people that you do work with, your family, your friends.
Under the burden.
To give, and we want you to come with your $1,000 plus another $1,000. We got that? I believe this is going to be a great day of giving. And we absolutely must meet our goals.
I bet.
I was in a meeting on Thursday and just dealing with the reality.
I'm done with Bishop Winans. Okay.
Of what we're facing.
I'm still focusing on the referee.
Well, and the little part he said in there was he was in the meeting and he was like, no, we don't need to build an average church. We want to build a church where people say, wow.
But see, here's the thing, and I'm not being shady with this at all,
Yeah.
for real. Did Bishop Marvin Winans seek the counsel of God before even building this church or buying the land? Because if God is in it, it should not take this long to do it.
No.
This is real talk.
And I was with him. There may have been a vision, but a vision is for a set time, an appointed time. And I think once whatever, things happen, Regina, we've been in pandemics, we've been in things, churches are not going to church anymore. Then that means there needs to be division changes. And that's happened a lot, and it's okay. But his ego is not letting him relinquish this church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he needs to really, if I were Bishop Marvin, you have a plan, you don't want to see it go, you don't want to see it not come to fruition. I understand that. But then you gotta think a little bit further in the future.
Yeah.
If you build and can't bring the members in to sustain it,
Right.
and what are you doing? So maybe he needs to consider, maybe God is not allowing it to finish being built because the sustainability will be greater than the process of him trying to get it built.
That's what the people are reaching out to me saying, okay, say this thing goes up. Now they don't have the membership to sustain a building that size.
Right.
5,000 people or whatever. They don't have the membership to do that. Now, the idea, we can rent it out to this but your plans are not even that clear as to how that will happen at this point. It's just give me the money right now, get as much as we can to try to get this thing built, and they'll get it built with nothing in it, Regina, because they don't have any money.
Well, what happened to all the other money that was put in?
I think that's a question that folks are trying not to have to be asked. I think if you ask that question, Regina, that may open up a can of worms.
Well, you have to open it up. If you want to catch the fish, you got to let the worms out. So why not open it up? Why not? I'm not going to say to open up a can of worms. Can of worms can be a benefit. Open up the can of worms, put the fish in the water, let's put them on a hook, and let's find what we can find. Open it up. Yeah. I think that, that's just my thought. Now, it's not my vision, it's not my goal. So I don't have the passion in it like probably, Bishop Marvin has.
Right.
But sometimes when you put the burden, and he even said these words, that's why I was surprised
he wants to put the burden on those people and try to. Did he use that in the right context there, Regina, about the ark and not touching the ark? And that didn't seem like it went with what he was talking about.
No, it didn't. It didn't. And here again is where pastors and preachers try to use these terminologies to try and get the people to feel as though what their statement is more powerful than it is. Listen, and I'm really praying for Bishop Marvin Winans. This serious talk right here. No tea, no shade, no laugh. I'm praying for Bishop Marvin because if you get to the point where your message about somebody giving their money has to now involve the Ark of the Covenant in your discussion. I don't even use the Ark of the Covenant in any jokes. That's why I cleared it up before I said this one statement right here, because that is something, even though the Ark is not in the physical sense on this earth, that is still something you don't play with in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
And for him to use that terminology to try and get the people to give money, come on, Bishop Marvin, you've gone to a low.
And then they had a meeting, Regina, Thursday, and he made the men stand up who said they couldn't. They either needed to commit to the $1,000 plus one, or if they couldn't commit to it, they needed to explain to him exactly why they could not commit to it.
Now, see, this goes way beyond trying to help your bishop when it gets like borderline. Give me your money. I don't want to have no answer. I don't want to hear nothing about you can't pay your bills. I don't want to hear nothing about your wife's sick or you got hospital bills. I just want my money. That's the kind of thought process that goes in my head. If people can give, the Bible says God will cause men to give unto your bosom. He didn't say you will cause men to give to you. God said he would cause men to give to you. So when these pastors and bishops and leaders, thank you, Holy Spirit, start trying to tell these people in a demanding, authoritative voice to give you your money regardless, you are not trusting God yourself, because the Bible didn't say man to give just because they want to. He said, I will cause men to give unto you. So when are these pastors, bishops, leaders, preachers, teachers going to realize that your help comes from the Lord and not from you trying to demand somebody to give to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad.
It goes against the principle of giving. You're supposed to give with a cheerful heart, cheerful spirit. You're supposed to just give out of the abundance of your heart. You're not supposed to be giving under duress and under guilt and under
You're
shame.
supposed to be giving from a willing heart. And here's the thing. If you give and God himself did not tell you to give, and you're like, well, God, I gave because my bishop needed it. He wanted it. And God's going to hold you accountable.
Yes.
For giving. And he didn't tell you to give. So the accountability is now going to be on you. And that's why people got to learn how to listen to God for themselves. That's how this crazy David Taylor got all these $50 million from people.
That is
because
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to just kind of put the parallel. He may not have gotten 50 million. Winans may not have gotten 50 million out of these people, but it's kind of the same kind of, pressure that is getting money from people. Yeah.
Right. It's just too much. It's just too much. And I'm praying for Bishop Moore, because I looked at his face today on the video you just showed, and he has lost a tremendous amount of weight in his face.
He's been very sickly, and I think this building is even playing a part to that as well.
Yeah, so we pray right now in Jesus' name, whatever's going on with his health, that God, you are a restorer of his health to full health in Jesus' name, whatever it is, whether it's stress, whether it's whatever. I just pray in Jesus' name that he is completely healed, because I see the diminishing of the weight, and it's a concern. It really is. So I truly am praying for him. Can we talk about this crazy David Taylor for real quick?
Please do. Go ahead.
This David Taylor with $50 million in 11 years, I calculated $4,500,000 a year.
Yeah.
This crazy man here, and people are still saying he's their general.
Standing with their general.
I cannot understand why these people allow these dictators, emphasis on dictators, to do this to them. It's crazy to me why people allow this. But we have got to keep doing what we're doing, what you're doing, St. James. You got to keep calling this stuff out, because it's sad.
And once we present it, Regina, it's up to the people. You've been warned, you've been told, or you've been advised. If you don't want to listen to us crying out in the wilderness, then continue to give them your money.
It's awful. It's awful the way this demonic individual, and you can see the demonic in him, the way he even looks and talks and all this stuff is terrible. Listen, the Michelle Brennan, also all of this stuff. See, all of this stuff they're doing behind the scene, and they're sitting here saying that they're worshiping our God and they're serving our God. This man David Taylor even told the people that he sat on Jesus' lap. When?
Not only did he see his face, but he sat on his lap. My God, today.
He said he sat on his lap. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He didn't say he sat on Jesus' lap. He sat on God's lap. Is that what listen, that's some demonic stuff right there.
He's still in prison. Yeah, he's still there. He ain't out. I don't think, my thing is, they freeze all the accounts. The feds will freeze your accounts in 2.2 seconds.
Well, I don't know if the feds actually froze his account, but I know when the feds get involved, yes, that's one of the first things they try to do is to get, the accounts, if they can have access to all that stuff. Michelle Brennan and the stuff that she did is all coming out now too. And you have to understand that if David was doing this type of stuff and she was his, right-hand person, she was at that deposition also.
Yeah,
you have to know she's doing a little bit of stuff herself too. Now, Vicky Winans,
she likes the lifestyle that is afforded her. Yeah,
but see, not only the lifestyle, St. James, she also probably liked the role of being bossy and being controlling and manipulating. Also, I mean, Vicky Winans told us that this girl hemmed her up in a room with another girl.
He don't put Winans in it.
I mean, Vicky, there. That's right, the other one, child.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm still stuck on the referee. I'm mixing up my name.
That referee, I think.
Vicky Yogi told us this girl, this lady had her in the room with some other woman threatening her and had Vicky in tears and everything.
Yeah.
About all this mean stuff she was saying and doing to her. Just this whole big control and everything.
No, poor
Listen.
Vicky. Yo,
No, poor Vicky. No, poor Vicky.
Okay.
No, poor Vicky.
I'll just make sure we on the right road here, because we.
No, poor Vicky. Because I said
even cheering Orange Man, but she over here down in this one, and I don't see no difference.
But see, it's not for me. It's not even about Trump, because there's a lot of black preachers that support Trump. So it's not even about Vicky Yohe supporting Trump. The thing is, Vicky knew back then, and I remember this whole thing when it broke out when Vicky started dating him. I remember back then. I said, Vicky, why are you dating this ugly man?
Right. Scary man. Yeah. Nothing about him. This is nothing about him, that anybody would say, I just have to. You can have 5 concubines or 10 concubines. My God, he definitely would have to pay him.
Vicky Yohe knew when she was dating, to me, and this is my opinion, is a very ugly man, that when she was dating him, it was for status.
Yeah.
Vicky had her own status. That's why I was so upset with Vicky, because I said, Vicky's got status. Vicky is the singer. Vicky is the one we know. Right. We don't know this woman. And she went over there and all of this, and she's claiming that she, loved him or cared for him and all this stuff. Just crazy. And then Vicky did an interview with his ex-wife, and the ex-wife is saying all the stuff that happened between them also, and how she felt, how he treated her and stuff. And I'm like, Vicky, come on, girl. You were over there for status. There was no love in this. You like the luxury lifestyle. This is my thought, my opinion. I think Vicky enjoyed the lifestyle.
Yes, she did.
And because of that, she stayed until she realized she wasn't the only one doing whatever maybe she was doing.
That's when they go wrong. That's like what I've talked about Gigi and some of the other ones. When they realize that they're not the golden goose, the one that actually gets it, at the end, then they go crazy. They start writing these books, and they start wanting to be the savior for all the women. But it's only because
I'm glad she is writing books. I'm glad she is exposing what happened. It is. But the thing is, it takes away some of her credibility in it, because allegedly the reason why she was in the relationship. But I'm not mad at her for writing books. Write your story. Tell it, even though whatever reason she got in it. Tell the story of what he did. I'm not mad at her for that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, tell the truth of why you was in the relationship.
Right.
That's just my thought.
Yeah,
that's just my thought.
Start there, and then we can hear the rest of your story. Yeah.
Right. I love how the news reporters say that he was self-proclaimed.
They love it. They drill that, don't they?
They weren't playing with that. He self-proclaimed. They letting all their viewers know, we're not saying that he is real, a real apostle. We're not saying that.
Yeah, because and I'm glad they say that, because the true apostles carry on like he's been carrying on. We knew he was full of it back in 2014 in that deposition.
Right.
I'm listening. I knew about him, but not a lot about him. But when I started listening, I said, "Oh, this man is a full-out crook."
I watched the whole entire deposition. The whole entire deposition, and it was just, we could all see through it because we're well versed in what's going on in this kind of stuff, but a lot of people still couldn't see through it. But that whole deposition told who David E. Taylor was.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Told who he was. When that man said he buys Italian suits $3,000 and wears them and preach, and then throws them away because he's sweating in them. And the lady said, "You can't wear them again," and he can't wear them again because they're no good. I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Imagine all that nasty sweating, just disgusting.
And he can't buy suits from Macy's because they don't work for him or fit him or whatever the reason why. Come on now, y'all people. And this is where your money's going. This is where all your money is going. He told y'all what he's doing with the money. And then get this, St. James, that was 2014. Then here we are 11 years later.
Right.
And he got another $50 million.
He raked up $50 million in all that time. And that's just the time that I think that's all they can tally up, within that time. It's the 50 million. But it's probably more than that. He's probably, there's a lot of stuff they don't account for. There's a lot of cash they've been given. These preachers, they'll switch around 10 10, 15, 20,000 amongst each other, different engagements and stuff. And it could be cash. So there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been accounted for, but they could just hang it up on 50 million right now, which is a ridiculous amount. So, goodness.
Then this Plan B stuff that he was doing with these ladies.
That's wild.
Now here's my question, because I haven't heard this from neither side, the news reporters or what else. The Plan B, was he giving them because they came in and they needed a Plan B, or had they been here and did some stuff, maybe allegedly with him, and then needed a Plan B? See, they didn't.
There's a whole section that is still to be, to come out with that. I think that's going to be a whole deal itself with the plan. When they mention the Plan B, there has to be some actions that have happened.
Right, because you're not going to just give people Plan B just to be giving it to them.
Yeah.
Wasting that.
I think that's where they're really going to, some charges. He's facing up to 60 years, possibly 60.
Listen, I think that he should stay there. Yeah. I think, but I really am praying that other people do come forth, because only 8 people, that's a very minimal amount of people that are for it. So I'm praying that the other people will get released from the hold of fear, and that they will come.
He said 40 women contacted her.
Well, they may have contacted her, but I don't know if they contacted the authorities.
Right.
We need them.
So like you said, it's just 8, but you're praying that more of them come forward, because we know there's more.
I'm thinking that there's got to be a whole lot more, but they may be afraid to come forth for fear of thinking retaliation, not only from David Taylor and his camp, but also they may be thinking that God's going to punish them. Remember when all that deposition, all that stuff happened, and Vicky Yohe left, and it was claiming that David Taylor allegedly was saying that Vicky Yohe was going to get cancer and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
A lot of these people think that way. They think, oh, you touched the man of God and you're going to get
going down. You're going to get stricken with something. Yeah.
Right. The same. The guy also. There was a guy that was on the reporter who was in defense of David Taylor, said the very thing also. Oh, these people mess with him. They better be careful, because a lot of other people messed with him and they ended up dying. It's real talk. St. James, when I watched it, I was rebuking him as quick as he was coming out of his mouth with it. I was rebuking him, because I was like, this is the fear that people have, that they continue to endure this mess, because they're fearful that there's going to be an act of ungodliness on them because of this.
Right.
But people know this stuff is false, it's not true, and it's borderline witchcraft.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say borderline. I think it's just straight up witchcraft. People like to, put that word out a lot, but this particular stuff here, because when you're proclaiming cancer and death and hell and stricken with this and that, that's totally, because first of all, you don't have the power to put that on me. First of all,
right. Well, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say for David, because I know you're trying to go. Let me go here to Lamar Whitehead real quick, because I was writing my notes.
Would you like Whitehead released from prison? He said they're saying free the bishop.
What bishop? I don't see no bishop on the screen. I don't see him.
You don't see the bishop?
I don't see no bishop on the screen. No, I don't. Listen, Whitehead have the nerve, the audacity to say he wants to be released because of somebody else's misconduct.
Imagine that.
Is he serious?
Yeah.
No consideration for his misconduct. No, let him stay there. He ain't learned his lesson yet. I think
we have no regret, no remorse. He's just trying to say they're still abusing him, Regina.
Right. Really? I think Whitehead need to stay there until he could pass a test. Let him have tests every time. And if he failed the test every time, he got to stay there. And he has certainly failed the test, because he has not taken accountability for his own actions.
No.
All he wants to do is look at what he feels people are doing to him. This man has not taken accountability for his actions.
Never just said, listen, I took the woman's let's just keep it at the 90,000. Not the other crap you did. Let's keep it at the 90,000. Could you at least said you misappropriated her funds and you did not do the right thing? That's all he needs to say.
Well, even besides that, you're in this church, even though you had 6.5 members, you are over here taking their money, misappropriating that too.
Right. Right.
Because you over here living the luxurious life like David E. Taylor over here with these mansions and Bentleys, Rolls Royces, or whatever kind of cars you have. And you are out here fleecing the people. You know what I say at St. James when I was talking to my husband about this whole David E. Taylor stuff? I said, it's a shame that the feds are willing to go and put these people in jail, but the church members are not willing to do the same thing. It's sad that we got to have
touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm.
Ridiculous. But see, the main thing is, are they God's anointed and are they God's prophet?
No.
Right. So that means they free. Everybody can have free will at them.
Free to be touched. Touch them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me run over here to Keon Henderson. Now, Keon Henderson, you spoke about him. Mr. Keon Henderson, congratulations on the 30 years. I have to say this about Keon Henderson. Keon Henderson, I've had like curious vibes about Keon Henderson. And I'm not being shady, not being anything like that. But St. James, do you get the vibe like there's something with Keon Henderson that's not clicking with me spiritually? That's the way I feel. It may be just me, but there's something that's like always like a in my mind, in my process. But that's all I'm gonna say about Keon.
Keon Henderson is, in my opinion, not. And when you say that, I know what you mean. He has survived off of his looks.
What looks?
Tall, light, good looking, dressing well.
Good looking.
Listen, he wouldn't have a church like that on them women over there. And then he was able to connect and have certain daddies in his life.
Yes, I get that. Yes. Yeah.
So that has put him to a level, because once the daddies, put the mark on you as you the man, the others come as well. The women, the other people, the church gets filled. And I think that, but when you listen to him, he has some good things to say on occasions, but in my opinion, he's not anointed.
I don't, it's not, and again, I'm not trying to take anything from him. I'm just saying, to me, it's almost like you have a box and there's a box open and there's a secret compartment that has not been unlocked. And when it's unlocked, it will give the key to everything else. That's kind of the way I feel about Ken. Not saying that he's not anointed, but I feel as though something is locked with him that has not been out. And I'm not saying anything about sexuality. It's not anything like that.
Right.
So
You're just saying there's something that it's like, okay.
Yeah, there's something that's just my thought on Keon, and we gonna keep praying him through.
And you say when that happens, maybe an even more powerful ministry can flourish.
Well, I don't know if powerful ministry, but I think he's trying to. It's not like saying he's trying to hide something, but if it comes out, it comes out, and the world will take it with the way they take it. But it's as though he has locked something away from everyone.
Okay.
And not sharing it, whatever it may be. Now, it may be that when he opens it, the people will flock and they will give him more compassion. They will be whatever. But I feel as though he has locked something really, really deep away from everyone. And there is this deep lock on it.
Okay.
That's my thought. I may be going too deep for some folks, but those that know me know me.
No. I'm down your street. I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking, right. And I think you right there. You good.
Well, we do give him congratulations because 30 years is not
in ministry. Definitely, it's a milestone, and to be where he is in 30 years, and I think that it goes along with our next conversation of Joel Tudman and Henry Fernandez. Some of the older preachers, they get a little jealous of the younger ones that have that pool of today's generation and people that can get these churches filled faster than they had to do, up the rough side of the mountain. Took all these years to do it. But you have people like a Tudman and Keon and things that have built ministries very quickly, it seemed.
Well, I don't know these two gentlemen, Fernandez and Tudman. I don't know them. I've just been seeing them on the social media circuit, so I don't really know much about them. So I can't speak on them as far as, individual. But I will say this as a general conversation. Church splits are not easy. Church splits are very difficult. I've been through a couple of church splits, but one that was very huge. The church that I was attending was over 3,000 members. I was actually the armor bearer for the pastor of the church at that time. And her father and her mother are the ones who were the founders. And they had left, the father and mother left to build another church in another state. And then the church where we were in, which was in Florida, started flourishing. I mean, it flourished and it was growing, leaps and bounds growing. And a storm came in, a hurricane came in and did damage to the roof. And there was insurance money that had to be claimed.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance money, when that insurance money came in, that's when the bishop decided to come back.
All of a sudden, now that he got some cash coming in, now he wants the church back, huh?
Well, let me tell you, and I knew this because I'm the church's I'm the pastor's armor bearer. But the members didn't know that. And there was this tug of war about this money. And the pastor, or the daughters and her husband were like, we have to do this with this money. We've got to fix the church. We got to do this, whatever. And the bishop wanted to do different directions. So the church members did not know all of that was going on. So when the bishop released his own daughter and her husband from the church was left with speculation as to what is going on.
Right.
And at the same time, about a few months prior to that storm coming in, the pastor, she and her husband had purchased a home, a beautiful condo. So people started speculating that they had taken the money. But what they didn't know was I was the one who did the loan for them because I was a mortgage broker at the time. I did the loan and knew they used their own income. So I knew all of that speculation was wrong. But I wanted the pastor or the bishop to at least tell the congregation what was going on. There was a dispute as far as this money that was coming in for this insurance, and they could not agree on what to do. And so the bishop decided, well, if you won't do things my way, I'm going to have to release you and take back my money. But people were speculating that the pastor's daughter and her husband had stolen money.
Right.
See,
he left it wide open for that speculation to be there.
Right. And see, that's why I said in the chat, it's important that, the pastor or bishop, whoever, at least tell the members. I know he probably is like, well, Mr. Fernandez, Bishop or Fernandez is probably like, no, I don't want to, tell the church because whatever. But it leaves that speculation, and it's not a good place because the pastors that I've dealt with, and she's my very good friend, love her dearly, and I never leave her. I'm like Jesus with her. I'm never going to leave you, never forsake you. And I stood with her. Yeah. I mean, I stood with 3,000 members with her because it was embarrassing for her, humiliating. They were escorted off the church ground. They had vehicles that were in the church's name. Those cars were taken away from them. It was horrible.
Did he ever clear it up with the congregation?
No. Instead, the congregation turned like pit bulls against them. Wow. Told them they could not come back to the church. They could not have anything to do on the grounds. Threatened them if they would come back to the church, things that would do to them. They threatened me. They threatened me and my husband that if we were to step foot back on the grounds, things that would happen to me. But I'm too bold of a person. See, everybody knows me as a nice person, and I am until I'm not.
Till you're not. Till you have to, pull out Shanae and it's on and cracking. Yeah.
Right. And if you have to stand up for yourself, nice is out the door.
Yeah.
So there was people there that were on law enforcement that were members of that church that told us if we step foot back on that church, things that they would do to us. Well, I told them I'm gonna test you and see, and I stepped foot back on the grounds. I did. I said, well, let's see.
What happened?
Nothing, because I told them I stood toe to toe with them to their face. And I said, the moment you try and do something physically to me, know that physical is coming back to you. Because you need something to stand in your ground. And I know the laws. That is a public place. You cannot have me removed if I'm not causing a disturbance.
Right.
You can't tell me not to come.
My only issue is, and was there an NDA signed or anything like that between the daughter and probably not? My only thing here, and I'm wondering if there was an NDA signed. I mean, you can't really say much on either side. And even with him posting that, Tudman posting that deal last night, my hearts are broken. And think that puts some information out that is not favorable for Fernandez. Is that a breach of the NDA?
Well, it depends on what's in the NDA, what the NDA covers, and then does the NDA go after termination? How long is the NDA in effect? Is the NDA only in effect while you're with the people, while you're with the ministry? Or does the NDA have a termination after termination is? It depends on what's in the NDA.
Okay.
So
that's but like I said, like, and everyone else is saying, you're leaving so much speculation on the table that, it's really not fair. And I guess people should kind of save their opinions, one way or the other, but people are human. People came in there under the leadership of Tudman. That's not going to be a easy thing to get them to stay. They're not going to stay.
And on the video that you ran, and again, I don't know either one of these gentlemen. This, like I said, this week has been the first week
You never heard him preach over there at Potter's house?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I've never heard him preach
over there all the time.
But this is the video that you ran when Bishop Fernandez said, if you want to go, basically you can go. That to me was like, holy cow, this is deep. This is deeper than I think anybody really knows.
Yeah, they had a knockdown drag out. I mean, it didn't get physical, but it could have gotten there. The police was threatened to be called on the other night because, they had a very intense situation over there at the Faith Center this week. And like I said, we don't know what led up to it, but we know it wasn't kumbaya, and it wasn't, he didn't leave. Tudman wanted to stay. Let's just put it like that. He wanted to stay.
Yeah. Well, something according to the videos that you shown, something really deep had to happen.
Yeah.
Was it all of a sudden? I mean, was it just overnight this happened or something? Because it doesn't sound like there's a lot of time in between.
It seems like it was so abrupt. It was like overnight. There was a meeting with the board, and they decided, Gordon Fernandez again, decided to release him of his duties. Now, people have made assumptions of that maybe some of his sermons were not kosher to what Fernandez would have thought. And then you have to think about that whole aspect of why can't they release the leadership when you call in someone? These people aren't releasing anything, Regina. They're just sitting. It's like, what's his name? Full Gospel Baptist. He ain't really released Walker to do much with Full Gospel Baptist outside looking in. It's like he's always the front man and always the one putting out fires and such for the Full Gospel Baptist still. And Joseph Walker doesn't seem to have much pull.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, the people that really get hurt in this whole thing are the members.
Yeah.
Because they're clueless as to what's going on. They're living on speculation. They're feeling embarrassed and humiliated because all of this is in the public. The members are going to take the heat on this, And so I just will pray, because I've been there. I felt that heat. I know what it looks like. You have members against members. It's not just the two men, Mr. Fernandez, Bishop Fernandez, and the other gentleman. It goes to the members. The members start going against each other, and it can get very dark, very ugly, real quick. So I just pray that
the family, Tudman's wife and children, oh Lord.
That's a dark place. I mean, real dark, especially when those speculations hit in. And then you got members, and even in my situation, what happened with my friend who was the pastor, the daughter, she was taking so much of the heat. And that thing was dark, dark, dark. When I tell you, I mean, I was at her house, St. James. She lived in a gated community, and I was trying to check on her and couldn't get in. It's not a man gate, it's just a key card. And I'm at the gate trying to get in, and she's not answering the door. And I'm about to jump over the gate. And leave my car parked at the gate.
I'm getting in here. Yeah.
Like, I am not leaving. I got cars backed up behind me. And I'm like, you are my friend, and I am not leaving till you open this gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I finally got in, and she broke. I mean, she broke down. She cried, and it hurts. It hurts. So, church splits are not easy. But like I said, I don't know these gentlemen, but I am praying for all involved, because that's a dark place for a lot of people.
It is.
Dark place. And Tammy Franklin,
oh, wasn't that beautiful?
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you know what? You can tell that her mom loved her husband.
Oh, yeah.
And beautiful that it did. And so graceful in the whole thing. And you could tell they love the Lord. And see, and when you love the Lord, and your members are members that love the Lord, you can have a celebration service like that. You're sad, but you still have grace, you still have love, and you still can enjoy the service. And so I loved how she stood as a bold woman of God that loved her husband and is still willing to worship her God, even though her husband is laying in a casket in front of her. Come on, Grace. Come on.
Don't leave. We're going to play it one more time. This is the wife of Kirk Franklin, Tammy Franklin. It's her father who passed away. And this is her mother who is singing at the homegoing service of her husband.
Come on. Let's sing it again. 'Cause all my life. Yes, you have, Jesus. And all my life. Every day. And with every breath that I am able, I will sing. Come on, one more time. 'Cause all of my life you have been faithful. And all of my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, every breath, I will sing, yes, sir, of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness, of the goodness, of the goodness. I will sing of the goodness. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh,
She sang the right song too. Come on now. She was singing of the goodness of God. Come on
let's
now.
need to put her on an album.
Come on now. Come on now. I love it. That's how you come on. You understand you gonna miss the man you love, but you understand the God you serve is still alive. Come on now.
Yes. Where can
Thank
everybody
you so
find you,
much.
Regina? The Juice Radio and Talk Show.
That's right. Y'all come over here and check us out now. Come on, check out the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Over here, we're the Loving Channel. We're the Loving Channel. We love and support. Thank you so very much, St. James, for having me. Appreciate you. Your content is fabulous. Thank you so very much.
Yours is as well. I'm always dipping in there. Let me tell you, you was oily the other morning. You got me right on through my morning. Keep that up. I need that. That's good. That was good word. I said, oh, she got a good word. It really just started my day really well.
I'm so glad you enjoyed that, and that's what
I start my day at 6 a.m. I'm at work at 6 a.m. So what's it? 6, 7, 8, 9 at where you're at. So
Cool.
I needed that push.
I'm happy to be able to be a part of that push, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that's what I'm starting to do more of. I am an inspirationalist. That's what I am. I'm a motivational person. I love to encourage people. We all go through stuff, but it does not mean because you go through something that you have to be a bad person.
Right.
You do not have to be a bad person.
You can still be a good person. Yeah.
You absolutely can, and you can make it, and you can have a great time doing it too. Thank you so much. I am Courtney Phillips.
Yeah, she said she loves you with Robbie Wood, Prophet Warren. Prophet Warren. I gotta call him too. He hit me up. I forgot to call him back. He gonna get me. But
Oh,
she loves your work with Prophet Warren. Yeah,
I,
yeah, it's good.
love it. He's a good guy. That Prophet Warren, I have to put him in timeout sometime because he come over.
Oh yeah, he gets to go.
Listen, I tell him, I said, listen, don't have me put you in timeout tonight because I will. I will. I love him. He's on fire for what he's doing, and I understand his thing. He's like he's tired of these people out here, these pastors, prophets, bishops, elders messing around out here,
Yeah.
and somebody need to stand up and be the one that says, hey, this isn't right, and he gonna stand on it, and he gonna stand toe to toe with them. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm glad that you enjoyed my program in the morning, St. James. I love it when you come to chat, and I appreciate you supporting as well. And listen, I see the many things you're doing. I see it, and I'm proud of you, and I pray that you have great success. Remember, St. James, that you are the blessing when you walk in. It's not the blessing from others, but you are the blessing.
Amen.
So you don't have to be looking at everybody else saying, I need to get in your seat. You need to know that God's already got a seat for you.
Oh yeah.
So remember, you are the blessing.
God's been working on this for years.
Just stay focused and remember, like I told you, now proceed with caution now, but still focus. Walk with focus.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina. We will be checking you out over there real soon.
All right.
All right.
All right. Appreciate you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed Miss Pastor Regina from the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Make sure you guys get over there and give her a click and a view and a like. Listen, we hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us. We're running over to Patreon right now. It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. It's still early. So we're going to go over to Patreon and let our patrons sound off. We're going to sound off on the stories that we did on tonight, and people can be a little bit more relaxed over there, and you can just kind of say your thing. And if you want to join us in Patreon, it's the link is pinned rather in the chat. Mods, would you put that link in the chat for me so we can get that going over there on Patreon? Shardy said, I saw you live the other day with Pastor Nissan and Warren. Think that was his name, Warren Campbell. Yes, Nissan. Yes, he was a great man. Bishop Carl Stewart was a great man. Yes, he was. We loved Bishop Carl Stewart. He was our council chairman for years and years and years. And I think he became bishop over Hawaii, I believe. I think it was Hawaii he became bishop over. I can't remember. But we are going to be with the Soul Seekers this coming Saturday. So those of you who are in LA or the surrounding areas or just want to come in and go to the live recording, the third album of the Soul Seekers. We're going to be live at California Worship Center, which is the church pastored by Warren Campbell and Erica Campbell. There on Saturday, September 6th at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. And if you would like tickets, you can go to the interview that I did with them. And it is actually, there's a link on the Instagram, my Instagram page, The St. James Show. There's a link there on the stories. You can get tickets that way, or check out the interview we did the other day with Nissan Stewart and Warren Campbell. And the link is in the description of that as well, of that video as well. So we will see you there in Los Angeles this coming weekend. All right. I can't wait, and hope to see some of our St. James subscribers there. Usually I see a bunch of y'all when I go to Los Angeles say, hey, I love your show. Listen, talk to me. Come up to me and say hello. I want to hug your neck and take pictures of if you want to, or do whatever that you want to do. So thank you so much for your support. Listen, if you would like to support the channel on tonight, you can do that by those are your handles there. The St. James Show at $ the St. James Show, or $ St. James Show for Cash App. If you'd like to give through PayPal, the email address and Zelle is the SaintJamesShow at att.net. And of course, Venmo is the St. James Show as well. again, so many of you donated for our Vision 2020 seed from the other night. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you giving and wanting to see clearly what the end of the year will be for you, what the beginning of 2026 is going to look like. We want to make sure that if you didn't get a chance, go over there. And this was an awesome night last night with Archbishop Bernard Jordan and Prophet Manasseh. You will get what you need if you listen and listen and listen. Do those daily affirmations. It's so many nuggets that were in this, that are on this show, that you definitely want to check it out. And if you would like to participate in the 2020 Vision Seed, make sure you do that to the $, the St. James Show through Zelle. It's always scrolling at the bottom there. The Venmo is there as well. Or any type of donation would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with us. And we met our goal tonight. I only put up one. I put up one, and we met the goal. Londa and then Marla came and gave us a little extra. So we thank you for supporting the program tonight. And thank you. What's up, Jacqueline? I hope you had a great time tonight. We're getting out of here. A lot to consider, a lot to talk about, a lot to just ponder. Thank you. I see the Cash App's coming in. Appreciate you guys for just supporting like you do. Listen, Marvin Winans, Joel Tudman, Bishop Fernandez, Lamar Whitehead, and everybody else, David E. Taylor, we talked about a lot today. But keep your head on a swivel, everybody. Just keep your head always looking around and looking for the ways of people trying to swindle you. Don't let it happen. When you give your money or when you support, don't support under duress. Support with intentionality. Support with, being optimistic. What that the deal of sowing and reaping is a real thing, but you have to give it with a cheerful heart. Give it with the open spirit. Listen, if you want to give 1,001 over there on October 19th, give it with the right attitude. Don't give it under duress, because if you're giving it and you have to explain why you can't give it, God ain't nowhere in that. That's all man. Every single bit of that is man. So affirmations work. Yes, they do. You have to affirm. You have to build that up. Like you said, you go to bed thinking about the news, thinking about school pals, and if you go to bed thinking about that stuff, you're going to wake up in that mind frame. But you go to bed saying, I will be successful. My kids will be educated. My husband, my wife will love me like Christ loved the church. All that good stuff you have to affirm and tell yourself, before you even lay your head down. Because if you who's going to affirm you if you won't do it? Sometimes you have to, what Sherry say? Encourage yourself. So affirmations work, and JP is telling it they do work. So I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with us and being good people in the chat. Only a couple of y'all got timed out tonight. Not many, just a couple. It happens. It happens. But regardless of whatever you're going through in your life right now, or whatever you will go through, just know that Walter said he'll bring you out. Thank you.
Somebody told me when you get in trouble. Somebody told me when you get in trouble, he'll bring you out. He'll bring you out. Yeah. Somebody told me when you get in trouble. Somebody told me when you get in trouble, he'll bring you out. cheap.